friends, today we're going to have some fun with broken crayons and regular crayons and leaves from your yard. So first go out and find some leaves, 3 or 4 will be fine, any size and shape, mix them up if you can, and find yourself a dark colored, preferably black crayon. Get some other crayons, get something to cover your table, always protect your table, and a piece of paper. Okay, and let's do this. Alright, let's put one of our leaves underneath. Now if you look at your leaf, one side is smooth and the other side has a bumpy line. That line is the vein of the leaf, and that's where the water and nutrients come from the tree to the leaves to create chlorophyll, that green stuff that gives the tree energy. Turn it over so your vein is pointing up. That way when we put it underneath and we press it, have your other hand holding it or have a friend help you. And put this down on your leaf and gently try to rub without letting the paper move. And only go to the edge of the leaf. Don't do the whole paper. Once you have it, don't forget the line. So that's my first leaf. Let's move that out of the way. Let's get another leaf, put it in another spot. Okay, press it down. I have to check. I should flip it over so the vein is pointing up. And underneath, flatten it out. You can feel it under your fingers. Put the crayons flat on the paper. Now, to get this, you need to have this flat. Think of this as duck fingers. So while it's flat, you take your duck fingers and you press as you're rubbing. Isn't that cool? So this is a rubbing, or a wax rubbing. Crayons are made of wax. So that's 2 leaves. Let's get another one. Different size. Again, the vein pointing up, down. It's okay if it goes off the edge. Just make sure you put something underneath so you don't color your table. And again, gently hold the paper and press. Don't let the paper move or your leaf shape will change. Alright, I have one more leaf. Take this one, vein side up. In this empty space in art, we call the negative space. Say that, negative space. Flatten this out, again, put it on the paper, duck fingers, quack, quack, quack. Push your duck fingers, other hand has to hold the paper so it doesn't wiggle jiggle, and rub. Ooh, that was a good one. That's awesome. Now, it's always best to find different types of leaves, but in the backyard over at Canaan by the art room, we only have these leaves, so that's all I have right now. Okay, that's step 1. So the chlorophyll, as we said, is the green color. The green chlorophyll is what gives the tree energy so it can grow and survive. And in the fall, when they start to turn color, the green fades out and the other colors start to shine. So what color is this leaf after the chlorophyll goes away? It's like an orangey yellow. So we can create that on another leaf. So one leaf I'm going to use the green so I can make it look like the chlorophyll. So when I'm shading, don't press hard because you want the black to shine. And find the shape of your leaf. Nice, soft strokes filling in your leaf. Go the other direction if it's easier. Don't press too hard. We want the texture on the leaf to show. We want to be able to see the designs and the veins inside the leaf. Now if I take a yellow-green, I can blend in there. Makes it look more realistic. And I can even just go to yellow. And you can see the life, or the leaf coming to life. Nice and gentle. Don't press hard, because then, as I said, the texture, the bumpy feeling, the texture will go away if you press too hard. because the table is flat, and if you press too hard, they disappear. Okay, so that's one that's just with the chlorophyll. Let's do another one with the orangey colors. Let's see, I have an orange, a yellow orange, and I'll use that yellow again. So in this one, let's try it where the chlorophyll has gone away and the other color is shining. So leaves have different color pigments, and as the chlorophyll dies off, those pigments get to shine. Isn't that beautiful? So it looks like this leaf, where there's little bits of that brown-orange color. So if I start with the green in the center, at the vein, and color out towards the edge of the leaf, I can later add some of the orangey color on the edge, and it's going to look like a realistic looking leaf. Real leaf. I love the textures of all the little tiny veins. So they get smaller and smaller as they get away from the stem of the leaf. Now let's get that orangey color on the edge, just on the edge. Ooh, that's like red. Let me try the orange. Maybe some brown. Need to find brown in this set. It's peach. Peach works. Kind of brown. The edge, beautiful. I'll turn it so you can see better. This is the one I'm working on. Just do some shading on the edge of your leaf. Love it. Okay, I'll do the last one. Okay, now that I have all of my leaves colored, I'm going to think about the negative empty space. So I'm going to use my crayon. I'm going to try a blue for blue skies. And I'm going to color in the spaces in between. I'm pressing harder just so I have something called contrast. We have a big difference between light and dark, or bright and soft. This is nice bright color. Definitely have some contrast now. I'm going to try my best not to color on my leaf, unless there's a hole in it. And that would be neat. Make sure you have something on your table so you can protect your table. Don't color your table. Space in between here. I love how the texture does the drawing for me. Nice. So now I just need to look for different spots where I can fill in, where I Alright, for the last step, go to your yard or a park and maybe find some sticks, or if you have yarn or string in your house, you can use this for the last step. So I'm just going to cut a little string to show you how to do this. So really what I want to do is trace the shape of the leaf with either yarn or the pieces of sticks that I found in the back at Canaan. So I'll show you how to do it with the string first. Okay? Now you have your string. We will measure and cut. First we use the glue and we trace the shape with our glue bottle. If you don't have glue, you can skip this step. So I'm going around. Don't do the whole thing, just do part of it. Maybe have a helper help you with this. So I put this yarn on the glue. You might get a little sticky. Try not to touch it. And if it does get on your finger, just rub it like this, and it'll come right off, and your fingers will be nice and smooth and silky. And then just do tap, 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 tap. And then let's go this way. Hold it, and you can go tap, 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 all the way around the shape of your leaf. This is a fun way to make it look finished. It didn't look finished before, did it? To go around. Now I'm almost done with this leaf, so what I need to do is finish with the gluing. So it ended there. Let's hold off. Put some glue around the rest of it. And then back the other way. And in this little shape, I'll cut a smaller one. So let's follow along with the yarn. So if you don't use a yarn, you can use string. You can use glitter if you have glitter. You can definitely use the twigs from the yard. And that's what I'm going to do on the next one. So if you want to change it up and make one with yarn, one with sticks, and maybe one with something else, that's completely up to you. Look, you can see the shape of the leaf now. Now I'm going to measure. That's where I measure and I cut. That's how much yarn I used. So you cut that off. Don't cut your fingers and don't cut the paper. Now it's sticking to my finger, so I'm going to rub it off. Rub, 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 rub. It comes off and it's dry. Now I can go back and tap it into place. Good to go. Let it dry. Now I want to do it on here. Start at the end. Always start at the end of the string. And then wrap it around. Like that. And then you measured. Get your scissor. And you cut. Ta-da! If you're having trouble, ask somebody to help you. If someone's helping you with your assignments today, they'll be a perfect person to ask. Now that one needs a little bit more glue. Just a little. We don't need too much glue. I use Elmer's glue or school glue because the glue sticks won't hold the yarn. Okay? So if I did the stick, let's do the stick on this one right here. So let's measure first. That's how big it is, and I break it. That's how big I measured. I can measure going around that way. Look at that. And this piece doesn't fit, but I can use it over here. Let's get a little tiny piece for this spot. Okay, and then this one right here. That fits. So I'll stop there so I know where to put it. So now that I have them in place, I could just put my glue bottle underneath it. Use my other hand to hold it, and then just roll it right onto the spot. There you go. You don't even have to move it away. Just keep it close. Now when you're finished, it's going to take time to dry, so don't pick it up. Leave it alone. Let it dry. Come back to it later. Oops. I'm gluing before I measure. So that's how big it is in that space. Now, measure more and go all the way around. Once you're finished, bring it in on your art day, put it in the folder of your cohort in the bin in your classroom. The art bin will be in your classroom, but do not give it to your classroom teacher. Enjoy the process.